Hello, this is Rollsborne. We're playing Shadows over Arkham. Uh, we're getting near the end. So we started last episode with a ritual. A desperate Charles, grieving the loss of his wife, agrees to a probably foolish idea to try and bring her back using a strange spell from a book that seems to have a mind of its own. We don't know. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, after performing the ritual, it appears to have worked somewhat. She has not awoken yet, but Charles is still hopeful. But in the meantime, while waiting, there's a bit of discussion about sharing findings. It was discovered that something big is going to happen in 3 days. That was yesterday. So 2 days are left. So time is getting short for whatever it is. If you like what you're hearing, what you're watching, please leave us a like and subscribe for more. And without further ado, here we go.
Thank you for that. Everybody has Eddie returned yet?
To where?
Charles's house.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had left.
Yeah, I think he would have been straight back.
With all three of you there. The kids have been shipped off to their cousins, I believe it was.
Yes.
Is there anything anybody would like to do?
I mean,
recall correctly, I think the book flipped itself open at the end of last session.
Yes, but it's one of those things. Are you all actively looking at the book, or because to my understanding it's only William that's really looking at the book?
probably just William, because depending on the time, Charles is still probably making breakfast.
I would say you would have finished making breakfast by the time Eddie got back.
Okay.
So it's fresh and warm for Eddie should he want it.
What's he making?
Eggs, bacon, pancakes, standard American fare.
Probably that. Yeah, it's Eddie will sit there and essentially just move food around his plate. So I'm just like clearly not eating, but it's like just trying to go through the illusion.
Emotions, yeah.
Yeah.
Since William wants to talk about the book, I think
Well,
we'll address that subject now. I was trying to leave a little breathing room, but William wants to talk about the book.
no one else is doing anything.
William's grown obsessed with that book.
This is how the book converses. It flips itself open, and would like you to read what it has to show you on the page.
So, that specific page that it has turned open details a ritual. However, the first page is nothing but preparations. You need this, you need that. And then as your eyes scan across to the next page, you notice a not very clean tear. The next 3 or 4 pages are missing.
That's not helpful.
However,
Someone vandalized a library book.
roll me your occult, please.
Is my character sheet. Here it is. I shall roll the dice. And I have failed the dice.
Have bennies.
But it's really early. We're like 5 minutes in.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, that makes it so much better. You know what? Yeah, let me.
That makes all the difference. Go for it.
Oh, look at that.
You're not. You are. At first, you look at the page and you're just like, okay, this is not very helpful. But then you reread the page again, and then a second time, you are confident. This is the preparation for a summoning ritual. Summoning ritual of what? Don't know. But you are confident that's what this is.
Okay, it obviously is probably gonna try to do it. And the only summoning that seems to be available in...
Charles, Eddie, as William mutters to himself, please give me notice rolls. Continue muttering, William.
I mean, the only...
I am focused on not breakfast, but the
best
wife.
eggs you've ever made.
Eddie, you can hear everything that William is muttering as he continues to mutter.
The only one that would make sense coming up is in a few days. I mean, did they take it, or I don't know what they're going to do with it. I wonder, is there a common theme between them? Can I look at other examples and guess? Well, start. I will start flipping. I'm trying to find another summoning ritual as an example.
You give me, in this case, academics. This book is, unless you want to Benny it, this book is very thick and there's a lot of different things in here. It's one of those things, every time you think you're getting closer to the back of the book, it almost feels like you somehow only ever end up into like the middle of the book. So like you'll look at the book sometimes and you'll be like, oh, I'm about in the middle, and then you'll flip a few more pages closer to the end, or sometimes you'll do like a large chunk of pages, but then when you look at it again, it's still only just the middle.
Not getting lucky this morning, are we?
As
I mean, I'm not going to continue rambling to myself for the next 15 minutes. So that's what I'm doing, is flipping through a book unsuccessfully.
and rambling to yourself. Sometimes
Well, yes, I am rambling to myself, but I physically will not.
yeah, no. One thing, Eddie, in the midst of this rambling, some of it's coherent. Other times, it almost seems like William slips into another language. William doesn't notice this, but you do as you listen in.
I'll It's probably like the moving stuff around on the plate just kind of becomes this almost kind of mechanical action as he's just looking at William.
Charles, you would obviously catch, Eddie staring.
You okay? You want some coffee? You're not liking the pancakes?
Oh yeah. Oh, coffee would be good. Thank you.
I'm just trying to keep busy, you know. That's what I was told. Keep busy. Waiting gets irritating. So I'm gonna go make some coffee. I'm assuming you want coffee, William.
I do not reply.
I'm gonna make coffee anyway.
If he hears you, he doesn't make any sign of it. Breakfast slowly comes to an end. William, I don't think you participated in it at all.
I mean, I probably would have at the start.
And then Eddie, your plate is very clearly just a mess of eggs mixed with pancakes, mixed with bacon grease. Very little of it touched. Charles, I'm assuming your plate's probably empty.
Clean. Yeah. Don't waste food in this house.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep eyes on William.
Is there something specific you're looking for?
More if he's is something going to change? Is he going to become? It's just that expecting him to become dangerous at any minute.
All right, give me another academics roll then, William. You're being given all the time you want to just peruse the book. So add a +2.
I got 2 days.
You're being,
Well, ideally.
being given all the time you need in the morning, so give me a +2.
Hey.
There we go. That's a dice roll.
So, the information you're able to pull from this isn't necessarily about other summoning. Well, a little bit about other summoning things. You're able to glean a few so-called hexes and spells from this thing. Mechanically speaking, that means I will allow you to be able to cast Boost Lower Trait from this book. But one thing you do learn is if this cult that you've been looking into plans on doing a summoning of any sort, they're going to need a secluded space in the right spot at the right time. You're given information that has been passed from Charles and Eddie to you about their whereabouts the last couple of days. It's not hard to draw the line of if they're keeping people at that location, it's either very close to that location or that location itself.
I make the inference that sacrifices are useful in such a...
Most definitely. Usually always lifeblood. At least according to this book. The more of it, the better.
Jesus. Sorry, this is a different chair. I rammed into my desk. All right, I will look up and turn my attention to the other two. I guess who was it that actually told me about that stuff? Charles, huh?
Charles, yes, I did.
Also, roll me a
Charles,
1d4 real quick, William.
Oh boy, mystery dice, my favorite.
I could have done a 1d2. Okay. Go ahead. But just for Charles and Eddie, you do not understand a single word of it. He, unbeknownst to William, he is speaking Brillian.
Yeah, Cthulhu Vertagen.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Charles, you were you mentioned you two escaped from somewhere. Where was that?
At this point, I need both Charles and Eddie to make a fear roll.
Oh wow.
I get a plus
Plus two.
2 on that, but there's no way of adding it to the sheet, so it's a
Okay.
12.
You both are completely unaffected by it, but you do. It gives you a start when he starts talking in it, but no ill effects.
William, you good? You need some coffee? You're not. I don't know what that was.
You slip back into English at this point, William.
Don't tell me that you got replaced by skinwalkers again and you're playing this game again. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I've been with you this entire time. You were the one speaking gibberish.
I mean, speaking gibberish, I just asked a question.
That's all I heard.
All right, I'll ask a question to the other man in the room. Eddie, the two of you were you escaped from somewhere. He was saying, where the hell was that? Because with any chance, that's where they're trying to open a portal or whatever they're trying to do.
West.
That's a
Back
very
towards
simple
Dunwich.
cardinal direction answer.
I will look at look at Charles.
Yeah, from what I can piece together, it's very likely they're going to kill people to open a portal to somewhere and let something in. And they're probably going to do it where there's no prying eyes. So,
Like outside an abandoned farm. Out in the middle of the boonies.
if you would like to stop it, then I reckon we should probably go there or do something about it.
What's this about summoning? What are they summoning? Why are they what are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish? Does their book tell you any of that?
Truly unknowable. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons, and it's probably selfish reasons. Inviting something that obviously should not be here into the world.
From where?
I don't think I have a where.
From the depths of hell, probably.
most likely.
As much as I want to just go on with my life, with my family, if whatever they're trying to do is going to jeopardize that, we should probably not let that happen.
Why do I get the feeling that if this does happen, there's not going to be anywhere to go?
So we're going on another road trip back the way we came then, Eddie?
Guess we're saving the world or something.
Charles, as you kind of look about the room, you see your wife's body laying out on the couch. At this point, the extremities have regrown their skin, and still no breathing, but color is returning. Stated, still probably just going by how things are going, more than a couple of hours before she would even maybe begin to breathe. Just looking at the rate of things.
Right. It's strange how fast something could be taken from you, but it takes so long to get it back.
And most people don't get a second chance.
I'm aware. I don't want to lose it again. So, at the risk of not being here when she wakes up, I think it would still be better if we finished what we started so that she can have a normal life when she wakes up.
For sure.
Okay. Is there any sort of plan, or are we just gonna head out there, jump down the chimney hole, and wing it?
We don't know who's behind this. We don't know anything about these people.
We know
could go
they've
with that
replaced
plan.
some important people and some random seeming people. And sorry, I interrupted you, Eddie. I mean, William. William.
We could come up with a better plan, but I'm not sure we have the time frame to do so.
Yeah.
We've got 2 days, and, well, I mean, who knows if that 2 days includes tomorrow or tomorrow is when it starts. So we're really operating with today.
How long did it take us to get back here downriver?
About a day, wasn't it?
Roughly. It was a long time. But obviously a car,
Car would be quicker.
yeah, car's gonna be much quicker. Probably if you roll me academics, I think would be fine.
I don't got that. Could I argue common knowledge if this is common knowledge?
Yeah, actually I'll allow common knowledge.
Okay.
That makes
Yeah.
sense here.
First common knowledge rule.
I know, right?
5. That's a success. Probably 3-4 hours.
Or 3 or 4 hours. A car. We'll have to rent a car or buy a car. Borrow a car.
Wouldn't be much to rent a car. I mean, for
While we were gone, William, was there any news about the missing fire brigade?
was there? Probably not.
You didn't particularly check it, so
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, I mean, one of the newspapers in the city burned down, and I was a bit preoccupied, trying not to die of broken ribs.
Yeah, because as I recall, they left their fire truck at the scene. If no one's claimed it.
I have no idea. Well, actually, no. I went back to the scene. Was there a fire truck there?
No.
No, there. Someone in the city council, township, whatever, probably moved it away by now. There was nothing there a few days ago.
I see. Well, that goes back to renting, buying, or borrowing.
Are there car rentals in this town? In the 20s? Was that a thing?
Is that a thing? I don't know. When did car rentals start?
1918.
Well then.
So yes, car rentals would exist, and I would say Arkham's a big enough town to have one. So relatively new, past 10 years.
Cosmopolitan.
Right, well then that solves the issue of getting there in a timely manner.
So, how does one go about stopping a ritual? Is it kick over what candles they set up like what we had? Or is it,
I mean, if anything,
One moment, everybody. One moment.
All right.
Somebody's knocking on my door.
The baby?
It's a cult. Oh, we heard you were trying to stop a ritual. So I'm not gonna fly.
Ian doesn't come back.
I mean, that's not on me. I mean, Peter's the one that's gonna have to go check on him. You know.
I'll call my brother who lives right above him.
Hey, are you dead?
Are you dead?
Did a man wearing a tentacle mask or something break into the building?
Are you the same, Ian?
Wait, what?
Have you been replaced?
Oh, no. Sorry. There's just something going on right now that I'm having to deal with, and I just told...
Oh, is everything all right?
I basically just told the person that they have to come back later. Like, I'm not dealing with them right now.
Right.
All right, so where were we?
Information on stopping rituals. Does your fancy book explain?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't need much of a fancy explanation. If you want to stop someone from doing it, you got a couple options. You stop the person, you delay them long enough so that their time frame's out, at the window. You prevent them from getting the supplies they need. I mean, how do you stop anyone from doing something? I mean, that's just a very broad question, don't you think?
Probably. You might be right there. Yeah, sure. It's just we need to stop them in such a way that they can't immediately try again.
Reach into the coat. I have an idea, but I don't know if you're gonna like it. But
What have you
considering
brought
what
up?
they've been doing,
What do you pull out of your coat?
gun.
Guys.
How are you several rounds? And I've got mine back. It's one of my few possessions. I've got the piece. Just not too good on bullets right now.
A caliber.
It was essentially a copy of the last gun you had.
Yeah, it's a Colt Peacemaker.
9?
I only have 38, so
Oh, I've got 45s.
Yeah, I don't have a single firearm in this house.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere in this town sells ammo today.
What is today?
Friday.
I don't think there's any laws about not selling bullets on the Lord's Day.
You never know.
Any chance that I could borrow a couple of bucks? I need to. Kind of had everything taken from me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I can scrounge up something. Sure.
Pay you back after the end of the world.
Hold you to it.
I don't remember how much I have, but I know the old editor gave me a bunch of money. Down.
You didn't write it down?
Oh no.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was about 20 grand.
It was not 20 grand. I know
Pretty
better than
sure it was like 20, at least 20 grand, yeah.
that. No, it wasn't. I know that for a fact.
Maybe in modern income.
It was a couple of hundred, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but, which I will just hand wave as renting car and maybe buy him some bullets. Pretend it's not there anymore.
How much are bullets?
I don't know. It's,
Pretty cheap.
I can't imagine they're.
I mean, they're kind of expensive now, but they've gone up recently. Back then, they're probably pretty cheap.
I mean, in game, there's like
Oh, sorry, there's a price list of stuff, right?
there's a price list somewhere.
Yeah, it's not factored for any kind of time period, so it's
Yeah. It's just, hey, this is what it costs, rather
yeah, it's like an arbitrary-
unceremoniously.
It's 10 per 50 rounds.
Yeah, so I'll get 50.
Should be more than
Per-
enough for both of you. They're
roughly.
revolvers.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of it, so I've only shot it twice.
One set me.
I wasn't at you. I mean, it was in the general direction, but it wasn't aimed at you. You know, it wasn't aimed really at all. But let's not discuss that key little detail, minute flaw.
All right, well then, if there's nothing else to do here, we go grab a few things, get ready, and we'll go.
I mean, the only thing I would suggest, just for your own sake, maybe write her a note or something.
That was the plan, yes. I don't want her to worry about seeing me or the kids.
I have no idea how it affects memory. She may remember the whole thing. Who knows? We're breaking new fields in scientific understanding.
Certainly one way to look at it. All right.
I mean, y'all have licenses, I'm guessing. Driver's license to rent the car, guessing.
I don't think
mean,
that's all that important in the 20s. I don't know. I'm
I've
sure.
never driven a car before. Good enough for me.
When was the
The DMV.
when was the DMV invented?
You know, this is probably why I should never put you guys in someplace in the past.
In my state, at least, it wasn't till the 70s.
Don't need a license. We're good.
Or wait,
Maybe just ID.
Yeah.
in 03, Missouri and Massachusetts became the first states to issue and require people to have. Okay, well, that's not helpful.
Anyway, you guys get whatever vehicle, whatever ammo you want, and you head out. Is there anything else you wanted to grab, Charles? Because you mentioned grab a few things.
Well, that was more. Well, I mean, I could grab some stuff that could be used as a weapon, baseball bat, crowbar, that kind of stuff. But he has no firearms in the house, and he doesn't really know how to use them anyway. So even if someone else were to give him one, looking at Eddie, he doesn't know how to use it.
As the three of you begin your trip back towards Dunwich, we're gonna take a little aside here. As your wife wakes up, Charles, the camera moves over as she sits up, looks around, stands, and then with somewhat of a shambling gait, makes her way out of the house. And that is where we'll cut back to you after an uneventful drive as you reach Dunwich, the town itself.
Well,
As the car makes quite a bit of noise, you draw the attention of literally everybody in this town. Well, town is a strong word. Hamlet?
welcome to Dusty Dunwich, where every new thing is an oddity.
If you want to roll me a notice roll, all three of you.
Yeah, 5.
Oops. Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Is William notice Sherman back?
Now, let's not get our hopes up.
You all notice that this town is, once again, very small. The people are all country folk. William, probably because of your medical knowledge, can also tell roughly about 70 to 80% of them are all inbred as well. You're noticing like facial deformities and stuff like that that pretty much are telltale signs.
This is key plot information we will need.
It's contextualizing, yes.
Setting the scene. So you know who you're dealing with.
And that's when the crowd kind of gathers to block the road.
Well, I'm gonna stop, and because I don't want to hit anybody.
I'll just stand there staring at you.
I'm gonna honk a couple of times and kind of wave. We're trying to get through. Will you let us through?
They're all silent. All of them, they don't... If they were not all in a mob, they would all look very unintimidating. However, the mob that they have formed is somewhat concerning.
Yes. Are they only in front or are they surrounding?
Most of them are in front. There are a few that are surrounding, but once again, probably not enough people to do a full surround, as it were.
Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to get through, and y'all are kind of in the road. Would you mind?
We don't like you city folk here.
That's fine. We don't want to be here any more than you want us here. If you could move, we could go right through.
I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to be here.
Sorry, I thought this was America.
One of them steps forward. Bigger man, probably 6 foot. Heavy build. He kind of steps forward and you can actually feel the front of the car dip down a little bit as he pushes down on the hood of the car with it using his weight. Leaning forward over the hood, staring at you. We were told to look out for somebody looking like you. And then he kind of looks a little further in. And that other one over there, too.
And hand begins to go inside the jacket.
And this guy is leaning pretty heavily on the car.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in reverse and back up really quickly. As he falls.
You want to give me a drive?
That'll be an unskilled, but sure.
Oh, I've got driving. I can.
You should have been driving.
Should have been driving.
You didn't offer. Nope. He kind of grinds the gear.
No. You back up. You maybe back up a little too quickly. You hit the person that was standing behind the car and run them over.
Well, he shouldn't have been standing there.
You have now just killed another human being.
I did what?
You feel the car boom, boom, front and back tires. You have just ran over somebody.
Ran over and killed are two completely different things. Especially this is a 20s car. They're not very heavy. They're not very powerful.
I think they're heavier than
hit
most
someone in
modern
the
cars.
wrong way and they die.
I suppose.
They're dead. And you see the body. Hey, you hit the reverse a little too hard. And the look on all their faces is, well, sorry, I have to put it at least a little comically. They took offense to that.
Right.
One with the locals, aren't we?
Well, he shouldn't have been standing there.
You've got rear view mirrors for a reason.
They begin. All of them reach for whatever's closest, so you're getting a lot of boards, any sort of farming implements that they have nearby. They're being grabbed, and they now are approaching with intent.
Oh, well, then I'm driving away.
Through them, or
Around them, if possible.
they take up the entire road.
Well,
Go
I
backwards.
was just run one over, so there's a clear path behind.
So you're going in reverse.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be able to chase a car. Even going backwards, your full speed's high enough.
Yeah, so I get far enough away where I can have a moment, switch gears, and go forward. I'm maybe going around the town this time. It'll be a bit bumpier.
And will require a drive check because now you're not operating with any road.
Yeah.
I feel like at a certain point you might want to switch.
Until he offers.
I was gonna say it's that thing of like after hitting somebody and sort of going around and going bumpy. It's that point of you want me to do this.
If you think you can do a better job, take your hands off the wheel. Scoot over.
Yes.
You are able to keep control of the vehicle. At certain points, as you go around, you're not doing like a long. Are you like taking as much distance as you can from the town, or are you just trying to get around it as quickly as possible?
I think it's Eddie. Eddie is not the safest driver. He's going the. It's a thing of going slightly further out, but as quickly as possible, which in the 20s is probably about 15 miles an hour.
So
Pedal to the mat.
As you go around, occasionally you see villagers pop out of alleyways in an attempt to try and get some sort of purchase on the vehicle. They are all unsuccessful. We are looking at about noon, 1 p.m. when you reach the old farmhouse that Eddie and Charles stayed at, with the hill well within sight.
I didn't think I'd be back here quite so soon.
I didn't think I'd be back here at all. Thought we were done with this place, but no.
Hey, be happy to see it burn to the ground.
Well, it's under a hill. You may not. I mean, all right, so there's the entrance, air quotes, that we know of, the chimney. Or we could try and drive around and find another, but we know that where that one is.
There's gotta be a better solution than jumping down a chimney.
You know, William, for someone who went to college, sometimes you're real shows, genius moments.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking to a man who just ran a man over in a road because he didn't look behind him.
I didn't see him.
I think I just need to state the obvious sometimes, maybe. If whatever impression you two made when you were here before, I'm sure they're gonna know we're here within the hour. And I'm sure they're gonna come find us within the hour, so.
Keep moving.
So we have within the hour to do whatever we need to do. That's what you're saying.
Find a way in before they find us, yes.
I'll put the car back in gear and just sort of begin, not quite as fast, but certainly driving around looking for any other signs of any kind of buildings, like lower level.
Well,
A good connect beneath.
all three of you give me a notice roll.
Nice.
All successes. And we will talk about those successes in the finale. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And we will see you for the finale of Shadows over Arkham.